da sind wir ja schon wieder zurück bei einer weiteren Runde von Fire Emblem Free Houses. Wir sind hier im Unterstützungsmenü, denn wir haben eine ganze Menge Unterstützungsgespräche und die werden wir uns jetzt auch in Ruhe durchlesen. Also viel Spaß!
Ah, Dorothea. I am surprised to find you here. I did not think you were all that religious.
There's a lot you don't know, Ferdy. But you're right. I'd hardly call myself devout. After all, it was thanks to the goddess and her noble regime that I suffered so much as a child.
You must be quite brave to speak so coarsely in this hallowed place. But what do you mean about suffering as a child?
Do I really have to tell you? Oh, forget it. I'm sure you already know that I'm an orphan. I grew up in the alleys of Enbar, begging for coins, eating scraps, drinking from drains.
I see. I remember seeing street children around the city.
I could have died. Then the right person overheard me singing. And suddenly I was in the opera. I was a songstress. And my goodness, did the nobles like me. The people who used to spit on me and call me an urchin, they praised my voice and my beauty. A nobleman who once kicked me gave me the most gorgeous shoes. I almost asked if it was a joke.
So that is why you despise the nobility. But why do you think I am the same as them? Do you really believe that is the kind of man I am? You think I would ever treat people differently based on appearances? There is nothing noble about that.
Oh, really? You're something different? That's not how I remember things. It was the very day that I was discovered. I was in high spirits. Nothing was wrong in the world. I secretly bathed in one of the town's fountains, hoping to wash off some of the dirt from the streets. I sang the same song the opera composer overheard earlier that day. And that's when you appeared.
Me? No, it could not have been.
Don't play dumb. You glared at me, the same look I'd gotten from every other noble, then you ran off. When we met at the academy, you were a different person. All smiles and friendly words. You were like a bee, Ferdinand. A bee attracted to a flower in full bloom.
So it was you then, singing that song. Dorothea, please listen. This is a misunderstanding. When I saw you, I could not take my eyes off you. I was hypnotized. Your beautiful voice, your elegant face, droplets of water on your skin that glittered in the sun. I thought you were a water nymph.
Stop it, don't lie to me.
No, it is true. I was only a child. The vision overwhelmed me. That is why I ran. I plucked up the courage to return, but no one was there. I thought perhaps it was a dream.
Maybe I can believe you. I've wanted to, ever since the day you made me those treats. I thought then that maybe you weren't like the others, but there's a lot I have to let go of, Ferdy.
Of course. I am glad we had this conversation. You know, I do not mind you thinking of me as a bee. Life as a simple drone, circling a queen. It actually sounds quite wonderful.
Don't drones keep the queen safe from other bugs? I like the sound of that.
Ich finde immer noch, dass es einer der süßesten A-Supports, die ich bis jetzt gelesen habe. So, nächster. Es geht weiter mit dem B-Support.
Marianne, are you not going to pray?
I finished. What is it?
I just wanted to apologize.
It's fine, Ferdinand. You did nothing wrong.
Last time we spoke, I did not quite finish saying what I wanted to say. You say I did nothing wrong, so perhaps you will hear me out this time?
Very well. What is it?
Rather than mourning the way things are, is it not better to accept reality and move forward from there?
Accept and move forward?
Precisely. You curse your heritage and reject your present situation. That makes you gloomy, even despairing. As long as you are held back by that way of thinking, nothing is ever going to change.
What about you? Do you really believe that you accept whatever comes in life?
I do. Come what may, I will never falter.
How?
Well, each person is born with a purpose. We must fulfill that purpose, no matter our circumstances. It imbues our lives with meaning and direction. That is what I believe, anyway. Everyone has something they are meant to accomplish. That is true for nobles, commoners, even bandits.
I see. So that's what you believe. Do you really think it's possible that someone like me has a purpose to fulfill?
Yes, of course.
Oh. I'll give this some serious thought. Thank you, Ferdinand. Your words have deeply moved me.
Is that so? How wonderful. I will pray that you find the answers you seek.
That's Bernadetta. Those thugs are pursuing her. What did the weakling expect running ahead? I can't leave her alone for 1 second.
You really ran us around, little lady. Nowhere to run now, though.
Ah, it's all over! I'm done for!
What? My sword!
Ah, the technique! No, I can't stand by and watch. You're not hurt, are you?
Felix, is that really you? Thank you so much. I was sure I was finished. You saved my life. I can never repay... Huh?
Shut your mouth and calm down. I should be thanking you.
What?
When you were surrounded, I got to see you use your technique again. I get it now. For just a moment, you flail your limbs like a wild creature. If I could learn to do that, I'd be unstoppable.
In that case, I'm happy to help.
I would be even more impressed if you hadn't been screaming the whole time.
Hey, come on! I was running for my life! Don't make fun of me for... Huh? No way.
Why are you staring at me?
You're actually smiling. Not like a sarcastic smirk either. A big goofy grin from ear to ear. You're just a big old nut, aren't you, Felix? Once you get through the shell, there's all sorts of good stuff inside.
You don't know me.
Aw, there's that shell again.
Okay, that's it. Quit making fun of me.
I didn't mean anything by it. I'm sorry.
So, nächstes.
Excuse me.
Yes? What is it?
I'm really sorry about what I said. I shouldn't have called you scary, even if, you are. I said it again. I'm sorry.
It is nothing I haven't heard before. I am well aware of my austere nature, and I am accustomed to the commentary it brings. I do confess, however, that I was slightly hurt to see you flee from me in such abject terror.
Don't be sad. I'll never do it again. I promise. But, I've been wondering, were you really writing a farewell letter?
Ah, that. No, actually. I was composing a fable centered around Saint Indech.
I didn't know you wrote fables. But what's it about?
Saint Indech, one of the 4 saints. He was an extraordinarily shy person. It is said that he spent most of his life in solitude, unable to open his heart to anyone.
I like him already.
He was, after all, a man who hid himself away at the bottom of a lake.
What's that about a lake?
Nothing. Now, something else to know about Saint Indech is that he had incredible skill with his hands. And that skill made him beloved by the people because he constantly applied it to their benefit. The moral of the story is that shortcomings can be made up for with talent and kindness.
I like it. But I don't have any talents like that. I can't even imagine being that helpful to people. Saint Indec must have been really gifted.
Don't be so quick to dismiss your abilities. You and he are actually alike in more ways than one. You possess Indec's crest, after all, do you not?
Yes, I do. You really think we're alike? Now I want to know all about him. Do you think I could read your fable when it's done?
Absolutely. Indec's example is something that we can all learn from.
Thanks so much. I'm excited to see it.
Ich wollte gerade sagen, da ist sie doch fast genauso. Sie ist doch auch handwerklich oder also nähtechnisch sehr begabt und hält sich von Leuten fern. Also da sind die Parallelen sind schon vorhanden.
You, get over here.
Get over here? How about I tell you to get out of here?
You're always following me around. At least make yourself useful. Let's spar.
What? Are you serious?
I don't joke. Draw your weapon, unless you intend to fight without one.
If you want to train, then do it on your own.
If you don't attack first, I will.
Okay. If you want me to knock some sense into you, who am I to say no?
For someone whose only aspiration is marriage, you're pretty strong.
Is this your attempt at flattery? Oh, it is, isn't it? When I was in the opera, I always trained for self-defense. Couldn't really get by without it. Nowadays, if you can't use a sword, then you're just in the way.
Perhaps I had you all wrong. I thought you were just a frivolous girl who cared only for men of status. On the contrary, you seem well aware of the realities of the world. I respect that.
Yeah, all right. I'm beat. I'm going to go sit down and relax with a cup of tea. You'll join me, naturally.
I will.
We just trained together. Are you really going to turn me down?
Just this once.
Good. Let's go for tea. While we're at it, shall you treat me to a meal?
Don't get carried away.
Oh, you're no fun.
Jo, und noch eins. Gott. Oh Mist, das ist doch das nächste. Meine Güte, so viele Supports.
If you don't have any business here, go away. You're bothering me.
Finally spotted me, did you?
What do you want?
They say you're the best. I wanted to see your training with my own eyes.
Spying on people. Is that a hobby of yours? I hope you got your fill.
Enough to see how to beat you, at least.
You think you can beat me?
That's right. See, I was trained by...
Gerald, yes.
So you know.
I heard he was your teacher. Perhaps we should test you. See how much of your training sank in.
I'm ready if you are.
Okay, I'll give you a chance.
Sounds good. When?
I'll let you know. In the meantime, practice. I won't go easy on you.
Oh, don't worry. I'll be ready.
This will be fun.
Das war irgendwie ein ziemlich kurzes Gespräch, ne? Petra hat noch gar keine.
Training on your own? You really do work hard.
I hate to break it to you, Sylvain, but there's nobody here for you to flirt with. So there's not much reason to hang around.
You're here, aren't you?
How ridiculous. Almost as ridiculous as your face.
You'd really say something like that to a handsome guy like me? I'm crushed. Joking aside, may I join you? I only came out here so I could train too.
Sure, just don't get in my way.
I've been thinking about it, and I really depend on you. Maybe that's weird since I'm older than you, but still.
Hitting on me? Again? Have some dignity, would you?
No, I'm being honest. I thought you'd listen. Hey, I'd like it if you didn't get too far away from me on the battlefield, okay? Just stay where I can see you.
I'll stay as long as I can. You're useless without me, after all.
What? No, I'm saying if there's one thing I can do on the battlefield, it's keep you safe.
Whatever helps you feel better. Stay and protect me then. I couldn't bear it if you went off and died on me while I wasn't around.
I'm pretty sure that's my line.
It's getting late. We'd better head out.
You're right. I'm exhausted anyway.
You haven't been practicing enough. All that time you waste chasing after women would be better spent training. I'll train with you anytime, so just... What's that strange look for?
Well, you're going to think I'm being a jerk or hitting on you or whatever. When we're side by side like this, training, I feel, I don't know, oddly at ease.
I know what you mean. It's probably because we've been friends for so long.
That must be it. Let's never change. Friends forever?
Absolutely. No matter what happens, we'll always be friends, Sylvain.
So, und wir haben noch ein paar. Weiter geht's.
Hello, Marianne. Won't you at least tell me why you're avoiding me? It hurts. It really does.
I'm not avoiding you. I'm just not very good at talking to people in general.
I told you I'm on your side, and I meant it. I'm guessing you don't much like talking about crests. Call it a hunch.
Well,
I'm the same way, you know. The value of my life has always been dictated by the damn thing. It's not fair to have your worth determined by something you can't control. Growing up in House Gautier taught me that the hard way.
What do you believe determines a person's value?
I like to think it's a person's smile.
Huh? Their smile?
A smile. It tells you who someone is. Are they fake or sincere? It also makes you feel stronger when you smile. My smile helps me focus and set free all of that power I never asked for.
I wonder.
Try it out, Marianne. Be strong-willed and put everything you've got into your smile.
Smile. Be strong-willed. How's this?
Yeesh, that's a terrific first try. If a bit stiff, lift the corners of your lips just a bit. Oh, I know. Try saying cheese.
Cheese?
Hey, that was good. It might feel a bit unnatural, but you'll get used to it soon enough.
Cheese. Are you sure this will make me stronger?
Guaranteed. It's a great smile, you know? Let's go to town and show it off. If you lift your eyes from the ground, you'll see that the world has all sorts of amazing things to offer. The more you realize that, the more you'll smile.
I'll think about it.
Please, don't let me pressure you. If you don't want to go, I understand.
It's not that I don't like going into town. I'm just eager to get back to my room. I want to go practice my smile. If I keep practicing, maybe someday I'll be ready to go into town with you.
Oh yeah? That sounds great. I can't wait to see your best smile.
Mann, 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 die Supports, die überraschen mich hier immer wieder. Die übertrumpfen sich hier immer wieder aufs Neue. Und das nächste.
Marianne, do you mind if I ask you about something? Yes? It's about animal behavior. Among us all, you surely know the most about animals. I've read that in outdoor battles, wild animals can sometimes cause unexpected confusion. What do you think would be the best strategy to... are you listening, Marianne? I was listening. I just don't think I can really... For crying out loud! Why do you always have to admit defeat before even giving yourself a chance? My advice would probably just put everyone in danger. You'd be better off without me. This is beyond ridiculous. You're impossible. You seem convinced you're some sort of cursed being, destined to bring doom and gloom to anyone you encounter. Well... Why do you have such a terrible opinion of yourself? How could you possibly be so dense? I just nothing. Now you listen to me for a moment. I can see that you have some deep-seated turmoil you struggle with. I'll have you know I have quite a few issues of my own, perhaps more grave than yours, if you can imagine. Really? Yes, but I'm not the only one who has such troubles to contend with. Everyone does. That's why it's so important to maintain a positive outlook and do what we can. Each time we find the light in the dark, we grow, bit by bit. And without growth, what's the point in carrying on? Lysithia, I envy your confidence and strength. Don't envy me. Instead, just choose to find the positive, won't you? Yes. Well, maybe someday. The time is now! This is your moment! Oh, okay. That's more like it. Now to start, why don't you help me out by answering my questions about wild animals? I'll certainly try my best.
Jo. Und das nächste und letzte. Oder auch das zweitletzte. Oh, wir haben es verpasst. Na gut, dann haben wir nur noch eins. Dann haben wir nur eins.
Hello, Sedith.
Hello, Leone. I imagine you are here to fish?
Yeah, this is a great spot for it. You must be a pretty experienced fisherman, huh?
Actually, while I have enjoyed the hobby for a long while, I must admit I am less than proficient.
Now that you mention it, I can see you're not having much luck today.
It is likely because I am not using any bait.
Well, that explains it. But why bother fishing at all if you're not even trying to catch something?
Truthfully, I fish only so that I might relax. It is soothing to me to cast the line and watch the water ripple. My days are busy, even hectic. It helps to find peace and quiet every so often.
Oh, that makes sense. Still, if you're going to go to all the trouble, you may as well actually bait the line.
Maybe so. But, to my chagrin, I do not even know what type of bait to use. I learned to fish by accompanying my wife. She was always the one to bait the hooks. She would hand me the rod and I would cast my line. I never paid attention to how the rest was done.
Ah. And your wife, where is she now?
She passed away quite some time ago. Since then, I have only to fish on my own. Even so, I find peace out here. Bait or no bait. What about you? Why do you fish?
Me? Just for the fish, actually. For me, it's purely practical. Catch a bite now, one less meal to worry about later. Hunting, fishing, whatever it takes to get by. That's how I've always done it. I'm not exactly starving right now, but back then, if I couldn't catch something, I'd go hungry. So getting the hang of it was pretty vital.
I would certainly say so. I imagine it is intensely satisfying to catch a fish when the need is so great.
Probably, yeah. The need makes it more purposeful. But hey, if you ever want to try fishing for real, I'd be happy to share my bait with you. And if you catch something, I'll cook it up nicely for you. How's that for motivation?
Oh, are you a skilled chef also?
Can't promise it'll be fancy, but it'll taste good.
Impressive. Wouldn't you know it, I am suddenly overcome with the urge to excel.
Great! Let's get started.
Dann sind wir jetzt endlich. Wow, das waren ja doch ganz schön viele Supports. Und wir haben noch ein bisschen was übrig. Oh, was machen wir denn? Was machen wir denn da? Einmal noch dahin. Ja, ist ja schon gut. So, gehen wir nochmal zu Manuela und dann können wir auch schon Pause machen. Hi. Nein, jetzt habe ich das Falsche genommen. Was soll's. Naja, dann machen wir jetzt hier an dieser Stelle eine kleine Pause und beim nächsten Mal geht's dann mit dem Unterricht weiter und dann gucken wir mal, was wir nächstes Wochenende so machen. Ich bedanke mich aber erstmal fürs Zuschauen. Vielen Dank, dass ihr dabei gewesen seid. Bis zum nächsten Mal. Und ich sage natürlich wie immer, ciao.